Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines came out in 2003. This was not directed by James Cameron. It was directed by a guy named Jonathan Mostow, and it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Nick Stahl, Claire Danes, and Kristanna Loken. So after the release of T2, James Cameron said on numerous occasions that he wanted to make a third movie, but there were some financial problems and production rights issues, and the filming of Titanic lasted longer than he expected, so he had to drop out. I think that was the nature's way of saying, don't fucking make this movie. But then Jonathan Mostow came on board and the writers were hired to rewrite the script. So they did, and yeah. Rise of the Machines is considered as the most divisive film in the franchise. Some people like it, others really hate it and just want to kill it with fire. I'm somewhere in the middle. Is it as good as the original movies? No, of course not. It's not even close. But is it truly atrocious enough to make you vomit all over the TV screen and make you hate yourself for the rest of your life? Not really. Yes, it has flaws and it certainly is a disappointment, but there are some things in it you can kind of have fun with. So the story takes place in 2004, Sarah Connor is dead and John Connor is now 19 years old and the judgment day hasn't occurred yet. The world is at peace and it's not the future he was expecting, so he just roams around and tries to find purpose in his life. And one day he comes across with a T-800 and finds out that Skynet from the future sent a new Terminator back to the present day to kill John and his future wife and other future Resistance members. First of all, this movie is very flawed. It has problems and numerous plot holes. I don't think it lives in the same universe as the first two movies, because in the opening monologue, this is crucial. John says,
"They tried to murder me before I was born. When I was 13, they tried again."
But if you think about it, in Terminator 2, he was 10 years old, so a lot of the things he explains don't really make any sense. This is more of a fan fiction that happened to have Schwarzenegger playing T-800. The timeline is all messed up, and there's not much direct connection between this film and Terminator 2 because James Cameron said he completed his story at the end of T2, and I totally agree. I really don't see the point of making a sequel to one of the best movies of all time. That being said, I really enjoy the storyline of this movie and the ending as well, which I'm not going to spoil in case you haven't seen it yet, but really, you're not missing much. The plot is kind of smart because you can't just make the same cat and mouse movie over and over again. And it makes sense that Skynet sends a Terminator back in time to kill the future Resistance members, because without their help, John can't win the war. The evil Terminator in this film is called TX. It's a female Terminator that can fire plasma gun and also can hack into any kind of network and control things. Kristanna Loken did a really good job as TX, but I didn't find this character particularly menacing, partly because T-1000 was such a great villain in T2, and frankly more efficient as a killing machine. He's made of liquid metal. He turned his arms into knives and shit and killed people, while TX is just a technically advanced machine. She has a lot of weapons in her body, but that doesn't make her necessarily stronger. John Connor is played by Nick Stahl this time, and I really liked his performance. I bought him as the character. A lot of people have been shitting on his performance, saying things like, "Oh my god, he's so horrible, he's not John Connor. He should have been named Nick Stale because his performance is so stale. Ew. Bitch please, what do you know about acting?" And then I see Claire Danes, and I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot that she was in the movie. And then again, I thought she was good. I liked her performance. I think every movie should have a little bit of Claire Danes because she's a really good screen presence. Now, one of my biggest issues with this movie was not the plot or the fact that the timeline got messed up. It was actually Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. There was no depth to that character, and I didn't think he was acting. He was just reading lines. Now, in terms of the set pieces, I'd say they're okay. They're not great. They're very generic, and you've seen them many times before in so many action movies. I didn't find the visual effects revolutionary either. It was just very bland. There are some enjoyable moments, but most of the time I felt like All they wanted to do was just destroy things. Just a lot of over-the-top destruction, loud explosions, big, flashy, mindless things, and it was a little bit annoying. So in the end, Terminator 3 is dumb and disposable, but kind of an enjoyable ride. It is absolutely forgettable and mediocre, but I thought the story was interesting, I liked the performances, and some of the action was kind of fun to watch. So for that reason, I give Rise of the Machines a C+. So Terminator 3, what did you think about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up and check out my Facebook page as well. The link is in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel. It really helps a lot. I got only like 9 subscribers and it's kind of depressing. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.